Hello, how's it going guys? Whitestorm here, and today we're going to give 8-Bit Boy a go. I have recorded footage through to the final battle with the boss on each world level. This episode and this review is going to cover the first world and the first boss battle. The other worlds and other boss battles will be in subsequent videos. I'm going to speed through the tutorial part of the game and give some background info on the game in the meantime. 8-Bit Boy is a 2014 side-scrolling video game for Linux and Microsoft Windows designed by Rasmus Sorensen and distributed on Steam. It has received largely positive reviews. Rasmus Kønig Sørensen's inspiration for the game came from titles such as Wonderboy in Monsterland, Psycho Fox, Rick Dangerous and the Super Mario Bros. Sorensen's 8-Bit Boy is the story of a depressed and unemployed 32-year-old guy who hasn't been able to get a job after finishing his exams. Our hero gets sucked into this happy, vivid and colourful 8-bit world where he is to overcome many obstacles to help him out of the status quo of unemployment and to help him support his family. Sorensen started programming 8-Bit Boy while looking for a job, so you might say that he got sucked into his own parallel 8-bit world. The game's vital statistics are that there's about 8 to 16 hours of the main story gameplay, 56 levels and 5 huge worlds to play in, 300 plus hidden locations throughout those worlds. There are hidden warp zones between each world. It is a coin collecting game and has tons of power-ups. There are big boss battles at the end of each world. The game plays at a good steady 60 frames per second, as long as you've got a graphics card that can take it. And the game is frequently updated with new content that is appropriate for all ages. I managed to complete the game in about 5 hours. Overall, I have to be honest and found the game was good fun, but difficult to play, as I usually use WASD for games, instead of the arrows keys, which my hand just wasn't used to. Years ago when I started playing games, I would have used the arrow keys for almost all games, and I suspect that I would have completed the game a lot quicker. But as I've moved on to WASD, I use a different hand completely, so I'm not used to the pain of playing with my right hand these days. That sounds really dodgy, but never mind. Moving on, I know what you're thinking, why didn't I just connect my joypad or Xbox controller to my PC and use that instead? Well, to be honest, the thought of that only ever crossed my mind halfway through the game when my right hand started getting pained. Anyway, the pros of the game are that the game is reminiscent of the classic games that I grew up with, and because of that, it was irritatingly fun to play. Currently we're on build 1.5.3 and I hear that the game is regularly updated with bug fixes and content. I really enjoyed stomping on characters that looked like the Roxio's popular game Angry Birds, as I've had many frustrating hours on that game too. The cons of the game, I feel that the younger generations may bypass this game altogether, as it sparks very little emotional attachment to this era of gaming, unless you're from that era. I don't really develop any feelings to who the enemies are in the game, and why I'm stomping on them, just that I have to in order to get by. Once you get through the game, I feel that there is little point in going back and finishing all the little extras. I'm not really compelled to, but then I'm not a completist, like some are. Anyway, overall I enjoyed the game and it made me think of all those games that I should have played in the early 90s and all the games that I failed to complete. It reminded me of when we all hung out in arcades back in the day. But it also reminded me of what we've got now and how powerful our computers, PlayStations and Xboxes have become, and how awesome our games have become. Thanks to all of you for taking the time to listen to my review, and I'll upload the rest of the gameplay in the next few days. And hopefully you'll make up your mind on the rest of the game. If you agree with my feelings and views on 8-Bit Boy, let me know down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear your views on the game. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys all enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.
Bye.